Hello, Reforging the Sword Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Trigger with me, BlueAnkylo. Last episode, we recovered our gate key in 65 million BC, beat up some reptiles, met Azala, and now we've got our Dreamstone. It's time to reforge the Masamune, or Masamune. However you want to call it, it's cool by me. So this time, Robo's been sitting here waiting for quite a while. We're gonna bring him along. I'm thinking we're gonna switch him out with Marl. Marl already has a pretty high level tech. She's got her haste spell already. And just enjoy that music. Robo's got, like, one of the most upbeat theme songs. It's pretty cool. Anyway, we're gonna bring him along. And we're gonna leave Marl at the end of time for a while. Somehow I don't think the king's gonna be very happy with me. Equipment-wise, I don't think we've got anything really better to equip, so we've got some stuff to sell. We've actually got a ton of money and everything, so we're doing real good. Alright, to Medina Village, right? Let's bring the robot back to present times. Hopefully it doesn't break anything in the cupboard. I suppose while we're here, before I forget, I will try to sell some of our spare goods. So we've got, like, old stuff. Might as well get rid of it. Generally, in my opinion, in this game, there's not a whole lot of value in holding on to old, weaker weapons. Unless you want to save something that gives you magic, like a statistical upgrade like that. Like, if you're perhaps in a dungeon where physical attack does nothing, then you have to use magic. You might as well give the Crimson Blade to Chrono, and he'll do a little bit more magic damage. So, you know, we could hold on to that, maybe. It's probably... I'll probably never equip it, but... Now, I'll hold on to one stone. Don't need gold. Don't need berets. There's really almost no use buying those back where we picked them up in 600 AD. I just bought them for fun, honestly. Oh, I should... No, Luca's not going to equip that. No. I still need Luca to be fast. Actually, that reminds me... accuracy, speed. I'm gonna give the +2 speed. We have one of those, right? Strength 4, speed 2. I'm gonna give the speed belt to Robo. That keeps them on the same speed level. There we go. Good stuff. All right, let's head over to Melchior. And show him the Dreamstone. Alright, well, let's get to work. Well, that's a good question. He seems like a pretty cool dude. Doesn't matter that we travel back in time to gather up mystical swords and medals. So, interestingly enough, if you did not bring Luca, if you brought Robo and Marl, Robo would go help out with the forging of the sword. But as long as Luca's around, she'll go help. I love this song too. Looks like she's a little confused. I mean, she likes to craft, like, robots and stuff. I don't know how good she is at making swords, blacksmithery. Okay. I feel like the robot might be useful here. I don't know. It depends on if they, like, uploaded, like, I don't know, blacksmith knowledge. If he's got the knowledge of the internet in his circuits, he'd be pretty useful for this. But if he's just like a handyman robot that just rakes leaves or something, probably not that valuable. I think she's using some fire magic or something. I suppose, actually, being able to use, like, fire magic might be quite useful for your blacksmith. Lot less time stoking the oven if you could just cast fire on it. Cool. Hey now, where was she hiding that? That sword's bigger than her. It's a pretty nice looking sword. Mental energy. Now that's peculiar. Alright, well, I mean, I still don't know much about this Melchior fellow. I guess we could have tried to talk to him. He won't have anything new to sell yet, so don't worry about that. Well, we've got a really cool sword, and I'd love it if my pal Chrono could equip it, but he cannot. So I guess we'll be heading back to 600 AD. This one? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to try to get through this backtracking quickly. I'm going to use a little bit of speeding up here just to save some time. Oh, Fire Punch. That's a Luca Robo Dual Tech. We can show that off, I guess. I just figured at this point there's no use showing you a super weak battle. I don't think there's anything new at all the villages right now. There's no point really talking to people at this point. The Fiend Lord is still invading, and everyone's pretty upset about it. Dodging abilities. Yes! No combat. Well then, my frog! How would you like the Masamune? How hospitable. Looks like we've gone even further into the past. Okay. They keep telling us about this great Knight Cyrus. I guess this is, the day he left the kingdom. To fight the Frog King. So this would be before the Fiend Lord's army attacked the kingdom. And before the queen was kidnapped by, Yakra. In fact, I think it's a fair number of years before all that, to be honest. Aw, don't worry about Glenn. Glenn's a cool dude. Surely he can look after himself, right? And he doesn't have any armor. And his sword, well, he doesn't have a fire sword like Cyrus. Alright, well that's the Frog King. Whoa, Nirvana Strike! There you go. Cyrus defeats the Frog King in a single attack. Uh-oh. This doesn't look good at all. The guy in the cloak looks like trouble. Oh, snap. I think he's dead. So yeah, don't mess with Magus. I guess this is the secret that the kingdom doesn't know about. Cyrus... he's not coming back. So, you know, Magus and Ozzy... They're pretty serious business. Look, don't call him a frog just because his hair is green. I hate that Ozzy. There it is. He's back. Let us go to Magus's keep. You better believe it. Science! Also science. Alright, but you can't bring all four. We're bringing the robot. So, you know, we got our frog back. Don't forget to equip him. Well, okay, you can't equip it yet. Right. We can equip the hero badge somewhere in here. But it only helps if you have the mass immune equipped. Sure, it'd be nice if we could equip that mass immune. Let's see if I can dodge everything on the way out this time. It's this last one right there that always gets me. I think I have to just wait a second for them to scoot by. Alright, we definitely need to learn some new techs between these guys as well. Very good. Yeah, this is one... The weird thing with Cyclone Sweep is it just starts around Robo and does like a large circle of area of effect around him. This one will hit everyone on the screen though, I think. Alright, so yes, Frog has leveled up a little bit on his own since the last time he was in the party. Frog Launcher? Triple attack? What? Triple attack? There's no such thing as triple techs. So, this is the easiest triple tech to learn in the game, in my opinion. But now we've got it. Triple techs are pretty cool. We've also picked up, what was it called? Frog Launcher. Yeah. And X-Strike is always good, so, I mean, that's why we're going to the Robo-Frog strat here. Marl is also a really good combo because there's a Frog-Marl dual tech that heals the whole party. So I would recommend considering to bring Marl instead of Robo if you like healing. But once we get the heal beam, we'll be fine. Now, there's one thing we need to do here. You'll remember that this is where people have seen the Fiend Lord's army exiting. Man, you're making that kid dizzy. Poor Glenn. But I mean, he's clearly like 5, and you're like a teenager. I mean, it was 4-on-1. Don't feel too bad, kid. I do like this bridge. I mean, he looks like he's built to be a knight. Glenn, not so much. Looks like he's built to be a shopkeeper. Oh! Bet you guys didn't know that. He might not be as brave, but he's actually more proficient with swords. So the mighty Sir Cyrus that everyone was so enamored with, let's say, had a sidekick who was turned into a frog at the hands of the Fiend Lord. That's how he got the hero badge. But the Masamune was broken by Magus. It's hard to... I mean, you can see why Frog might not have been in too much of a rush to attack the Fiend Lord. He'd already failed it once and lost his best friend. I mean, this is a pretty cool sword. Time to live up to its destiny. Aww. Maybe Glenn should have been the one to have the Masamune all along. There it is. That's so awesome. Well, he just cleaved him out and open. What do you guys think about Frog now? This is the original animation on the Super Nintendo. So awesome. Attaboy, Frog. Alright. So, pretty awesome. Now, as much as I'd love to continue into this cave right now, I can't because I can't control the character. There is one thing we need to do first. You may notice that Frog only has 2 techs right now, and he can't learn his 3rd tech. That's because we haven't taken him to Specchio. And unfortunately, we can't just teleport there. So I have to backtrack again. And I'm just going to put a cut in the video. It's not going to take too long, but I'll just cut that out. So we're just going to travel back to the end of time, learn magic, I'll show you that, and then we'll travel back here. See you in a minute. Hey everybody! I made it back to the end of time! Let's go say hello to Specchio with our frog in tow. We're not gonna fight him. So, frog is water-based. Minimo Magico! Aww. There you go. No. Alright. So, now that we've unlocked him, it's just important. You really don't want to do the next dungeon without unlocking this ability to learn magic, because it stops. Like, you can't, you basically, anything you kill with Frog until you go back to Specchio is wasted tech points. So he needs to unlock his water magic, and he's going to learn Heal. Similar to how Heal Beam works. Maybe there's a combo there. Anyway, I'll be right back again. I'll just backtrack towards the cave, and I'll see you guys there. And welcome back to the Magic Cave, everybody! So, before we head in there, I just want to show you guys Frog's new weapon. Now he's got the Mass Immune, however you want to call it. It's, pretty awesome. Now, it's not actually that much stronger than the Mammoth Tusk, but especially if you combine it with the Hero's Badge, he will be getting a critical hit almost every time. I think he's at something like 75% crit rate. So, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And like I've said before, Frog is not quite as quick as Chrono, but he's pretty fast compared to most characters. Robo's definitely the slowest for now. Oh, you know, there was one thing I missed out. I forgot. We could have gone back to 1000 AD and talked to Luca's dad, Taban, and I think he would have given her a helmet or a new weapon. Doesn't matter, though. I'm not going to use her on the next area. We can go back and get that later. I meant to do that after we reforged the Mass Immune, and I forgot. Alright, welcome to Magic Cave. One thing, I had a single battle on my way over after learning magic, so we have unlocked a new ability. It's called Sword Stream. Simple combination of water and cleave, I think? So anyway, there's that. Now, the enemies in this cave aren't really that tough, but the rats, unfortunately, are quite strong to physical. So I really need Frog to get a couple tech hops here. Either Frog or Robo need to learn their next tech, and then we can heal up much more efficiently. Also, try not to forget about this. This is another one of those chests that I will have a very difficult time remembering because it's in an odd spot. So, in my opinion, the best way to deal with this dungeon is to bring the robot and let him use Laser Spin. It's relatively cheap. I think it just kills everything, yeah. I mean, it's cheap for a magic attack that hits all enemies on screen. Lightning 2 can do the same thing, but it costs 8 rather than 3. I suppose I'll demonstrate. It's kind of overkill. They're not, you know, the enemies aren't that strong. I suppose if you brought Luca, Napalm would be quite effective as well. Marl doesn't have any multi-target yet. Now, how many tech points was that we just got? Did you guys notice? That was like 10 tech points, wasn't it? You've discovered one of my favorite tech point grinding locations. Because you can use someone like Robo to basically clear every round of this battle. There's another 8. We're up to 18 for 2 fights right in a row. Uh-oh. Beware the jugglers. Guess we'll figure that out later on. Anyway, that's the end of the cave. It's really short. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend a little bit of time in between episodes to learn one more tech for Frog and Robo, because they don't need, well, I don't know if I'll get Heal Beam, but I'm at least gonna learn Heal, because I need a multi-target healing spell, and unless you bring Marl, and you can get a dual tech, either Aura Whirl, or, see, that one works well, but there's also a tech for that one and Slurp. If you go, Aura plus Slurp, you get another type of area of effect healing, basically. They're really good healing abilities, but I don't really want to bring Marl for this next dungeon, so I need another way to do multi-target healing. So I need to get Heal. We could get it in the big dungeon coming up ahead, but because this spot is such a good place for just quickly getting TP, I feel like it's worth me spending a few minutes triggering this fight over a couple times, basically. You just come up here, kill these monsters, and then the 5 rats show up again. Probably the best way to grind it out, if you want to do this, is to make sure whoever you're using has the stud on, the silver stud. So Robo could probably be casting that for a little bit less. That'll trigger the 5 rats. So you get a 24 in total for 3 battles. It's pretty good. Let's see. We lose out on the speed. Oops, I have to actually equip. Just want to see... I don't remember how it rounds odd numbers. So it's just 3 down to 1. It's not a huge difference. But if you're going to use Lightning 2 from Chrono, 8 to 4 is actually a pretty good improvement. So we'll do this one more time on camera, and then I'll do it 3 or 4 more times off camera, I guess. Just enough to get the heal spell. And I don't think this will level us up too much, honestly. I mean, we'll probably get a couple, but... I don't really want to overlevel. I don't want to miss out on the level 20 to 29 Specchio fight. So I don't want to accidentally hit level 30. I suppose using Chrono for this would be a little bit better because the enemies wouldn't get as many attacks in, but it would cost a lot more. Alright, so anyway, as you can see, hopefully, it's pretty quick to get a lot of tech points. As far as I'm aware, this is, in the early game, the best spot for just grinding a few TP quickly. The new that gave you 30 in the hunting grounds was nice, but kind of hard to trigger. This fight's a little bit easier to set up. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time for the Fiend Lord's Castle. That'll be a real fun place. It's actually my favorite dungeon in the game, so I'm looking forward to it.